let's jump into our first color, which will be peach. So in your art box, find the color peach. I'll be using markers today, but if you have anything in your art box like crayons or colored pencils or any other kind of markers, that'll work just fine. So find your peach in your art box, and we're going to use peach on our Audrey's skin. And we can start out here on the left side with Audrey's left arm like this, and just be careful when you get down to the fingers because it gets a little smaller in those areas on this coloring page. And move on up to the rest of Audrey's arm. Then we can color in the top part of the dress area, which will be for Audrey's skin right up top, just like so. And then we can move on to Audrey's neck area right over here, right around the necklace. Let's leave that for another color a little later on. But for now, let's color the neck and leave the necklace white. And let's move on up to Audrey's face. So you can go ahead and color that in with that same peach. And just take your time around Audrey's eyes, just being a little careful not to get into those eyes. We'll do a different color for Audrey's eyes a little later on, but just continue to move along the sides of her hair and her face. You can always outline it if it makes it a little easier for yourself, and just be extra careful when you get close to Audrey's lips, because we are going to use a different color for Audrey's lips in a little bit. All right, beautiful. And let's keep going. Almost finished here with Audrey's face. And we can move on now to Audrey's arm on the right side. So let's go ahead and color this in with the same peach. And once we get down to Audrey's wrist, let's be careful not to color in the jewelry. So let's leave that jewelry. We can go in between. There's some thin lines. If you can, if you have a sharpened crayon or marker that's very pointy, you can color it in. But if not, that's okay. You can just leave it and we'll make it the same color as the jewelry in just a minute. Beautiful. So once you are finished with your peach, you can set it to the side, and let's move on to our next color, which will be yellow. So in your art box, grab the color yellow, and we're going to use it on our Audrey's jewelry. So let's start out with the beautiful crown that's on the very top of our Audrey, our Princess Audrey. So let's go ahead and color that in with the yellow. And now we can move down to that beautiful necklace that we left in white. Let's make this necklace yellow to show the gold that she's wearing. And now on her wrist on the right side, we also can use our yellow over here as well. So we have all of the beautiful jewelry now in that yellow color. Great job. So now let's move on to starting to color in a few parts of our Audrey's dress. So I want to make this a very colorful, more modern version of Audrey from Descendants. So let's go ahead and use violet. Let's go ahead and pick a violet or a purple color, and we're going to color in a part of her dress. Okay, so right here in the middle, let's go and use it on the very middle of our Audrey's dress, just like that. And you can be as creative as you want. If you have some different colors in your art box that you want to use, go ahead. Let's make this Audrey as colorful as you want. And if you want to go in a different direction, that's okay too. So I highly encourage you to try your best and forget the rest and just go with the colors that inspire you today. So now let's skip over. We'll use a different color for the middle of that piece, but let's go ahead and use our violet, or if you have purple, right in here. And let's go and color in the rest of this dress. So once you get to the outline, you want to just move a little slower just to make sure you're giving yourself that space to make sure you don't color over the line. So I always like to outline it, and then you can go back and color it in a little easier. You see that? You can go back in and color much easier for yourself because you created that line ahead of time. And what we can do from here is let's go to this line right over here, and we're going to leave the rest of the dress inside there white for now. And we're going to come back and use a different color in a little while, just to add a few different colors onto this beautiful long dress that Audrey is wearing. And so right in here, we're going to leave this area and this area in white just for now. So let's go ahead and continue to color out the rest of our dress for Audrey. So the middle section will also get the same color. So let's go ahead, and now we really start to see some beautiful colors on this page with this long, beautiful purple violet dress here. All right, very nice. So this middle section is coming along beautifully. And take your time when you get to those edges. So right here we have an edge that we want to not color over. Want to leave that same color, just like so. And now we're finishing out with the middle part of Audrey's beautiful dress, just like that. And once we're finished here, we can move on to the last piece of her dress on the right side, right over here. So let's go ahead, and again, we're going to leave this area right in here in white just for now. And we'll come back and color it in with another exciting color in just a little bit. So continue to follow along this line and color it in as you go. Make it easier for yourself. That's what we do when we outline it first, and then we color on the inside. We're giving ourselves a little guideline to make sure we don't pass it on the coloring page. And that's how you have a really nice and neat coloring page at the very end. You can show all your friends. Okay, beautiful. So let's go ahead and finish out with this part of the dress. Wonderful. Now, once you're finished with that, let's move on to the next color, which is going to be a light tan. So if you have a light tan or a light brown, go ahead and find that in your art box, and we'll use it on a very small space. It'll be just for the insides of Audrey's eyes. So let's go ahead and color that in with that light brown right in there. So it's very small, but it'll make Audrey's beautiful eyes brown. Very nice. So now that we finished with our eyes, let's move on to pink, which will be our next color. So in the color pink, we're going to start to finish out the rest of our Audrey's dress. So right over here, all the different areas that we left in white, let's go ahead and color that in with our pink. So let's start out here at the very top beside the jewelry and try to get in there as best as you can. It does not have to be perfect. Just do your best and forget the rest. Just do your best. Have a fun time when you're doing artwork. And we can continue to move down. Let's color in the middle here of this dress with the same color. And now these two big areas in the long part of Audrey's dress, let's go and have some fun. Let's color it in with that pink, just like that. Fill it in beautifully. And these colors complement each other very well and make for a wonderful dress on our Audrey, just like this. Beautiful. So let's finish out here with the left side, and then we can move on to the right. And right over here, let's start out the top and work our way down, just like that. And once we finish here, keep your pink because we want to do one more thing with it and use it on one more spot on our page, okay? Let's go ahead and finish at the bottom. And if we're moving a little fast, you can always hit that pause button and come back and join us a little later when you're ready. So with this pink, let's go in and use it on our Audrey's lips. So that way we can show her lipstick. So let's go ahead and very carefully, this is a very thin line, let's get in and color in the lips with that same pink. Beautiful. So now we can put our pink to the side, and let's go on to the last color, which will be a light purple. So if you have a light purple or a bright pink, a hot pink, anything in that family will be great. We want to show Audrey's bright hair, the more modern look for Audrey with the Descendants movie, with the very bright sort of purplish hair. So let's go ahead and use that and go ahead and put that onto the page starting on the left side for Audrey's hair. So let's go ahead and just carefully go around her face, and this piece here on the left side, let's go ahead and color that in just like that. Okay, beautiful. And we can come back around to the top and start to go across her hair and her forehead, and just make sure we're getting that beautiful color of Princess Audrey's hair onto that page, around the crown and down. Wonderful. And now we're almost done with the rest of Audrey's hair. And with the hair and the dress, we see some beautiful colors all coming together. You're all doing a fantastic job today. And you can finish out with the end of Audrey's hair just like that. So now we finished coloring Audrey from Descendants together using 6 colors.